Welcome to the beginning of our Hilux rear bar. We just finished painting this wall behind us, which is nice. Trying to reorganise this garage was just insane. But we got there and it looks much better than it did. So I'm starting this rear bar by prepping the chassis brackets and the chassis mounts that come off the rails. So I've got these two so far, and they're going to act as our toe points. They're going to get welded to these bad boys. And they're going to actually be what we mount the. They're going to actually be what we mount the bracket. What we mount the bar to, or what we mount the bar onto the chassis with. So these are going to run along. We're going to drill some holes where the chassis rail has holes. There's a couple downwards as well, and I feel like we're going to probably utilize all four. We'll see how we go. But what we're going to eventually do at the end where these run out, the cab roughly not the cab, but the end of the tray roughly stops about somewhere there. We actually have to cut down a little, and then we're going to continue these on out here. And so I'm going to cut this profile. I'll just trace that. And run it back to wherever the tray needs to be cut back, because I don't really want to cut that whole length of steel. It's hard enough cutting this back because that was a 100mm piece itself not long ago. And all I've got is that right now. So yeah, that's going to get welded, fully welded, so that'll end up being 20mm thick steel there for a toe point. That's a 24, 26mm hole, 25mm hole, something like that, to suit a decent bow shackle, something like that. And yeah, so that's where we started. Those little holes at the back of the tray there, they are actually where you can see chassis rail. Donk. So we're going to run straight down that line on the outside, and we'll run it back to about as far as we can go, back to that shackle mount, probably back to here. And maybe even come a bit further back just to mount it up the top here. There's another hole at the back there, so we might just cut the little dog leg off and cut it back to about here, so that we can get another bolt at the back there, because we need to actually run another bracket from here out to our little corners that are coming out. So I'll show you the corners. I have been working on this for a few weeks on Fusion 360, and that is roughly what it's going to look like when it's done, very roughly. There's going to be plate in here. I put the plate in yesterday, I don't know where it's gone. Fusion's taken it out on me, but that's okay. Yeah, that's as simple as it's going to get. Just a lot of bent 50mm curve around the corner. It's going to look pretty good, I think. It's going to be it's going to have our toe points that I was just explaining. You can see where they stop, just there. So, and then we've got our mounting holes back here. If I can do this, there we go, we can kind of see what's going on. So, and I can also go like this. So that's our chassis brackets. This is just a simulation of the chassis rail itself. We've got a couple of holes here, And again, we talked about coming back to about the shackle mount, which I didn't cater for in the drawing, which was about here. We may have to cut that back. And because we want as much stability as possible, so I may even just extend this back this length here. We'll see how we go with it. But that's it. There's our pieces that I've already cut, the 10mm. We got 2 of them. My original design was, that was my original design there, just to come straight down. But I thought it might look a bit better. That was just literally just a quick change 15 minutes ago. I decided to, instead of just shoot it down, to actually angle it. I thought that might look better. Let me know in the description what you think. I think this is going to look better. So, but I might even just upload this video and let you guys discuss it. If anyone cares to, by all means, please. As much info as you can possibly throw out there is awesome, and it's just a great discussion point too. What would you guys build as a rear bar? Would you like to see more square bar, or do you like the round 50mm? Or I tend to actually like using this 100x50 RHS, which is quite strong. It's heavy duty, and it's a really good way of just bracing these 2 chassis rail points, and it gives you a step. I think they look great. You know, it's a nice, simple, easy way to just throw a bar between it, and create your step at the top as well, under the tailgate. And then it's just a whole bunch of bars bent that sort of match up together. A little bit of gusseting here or there, just to stiffen it up and strengthen it, and yeah, pretty simple. Should look pretty good by the time it's built. Let me know what you think. Cheers.